Alright, so let's assume for a second that you want to play a game to get the hours, to get the cards, to get certain achievements. Now, in order to get that, that's exactly why I started downloading, well, not downloading, but downloaded this Idlemaster. Now, but basically what this does is it will tell your Steam that you are playing a game. You are not. Which, let's see, let's go ahead and go to Idlemaster. Now, obviously, when you first get the folder and you open it up, and it'll basically it'll ask you to sign into Steam. Now, it's basically well known that this program will not steal your information, because if you have the app on your phone, obviously you have to authorize the login through a text message, through a code, through a verification link. And like I said, I've been using this program for nearly a week now, and it works. There's a Reddit, there's a Steam community link. There's obviously, if Steam wanted to get this banned, it would, and it would fix the issue. So with my Steam up right now, you see that I'm playing the shitty game Apartment 66-6, and it says that I have 125 cards remaining. Let me go ahead and just select this and full screen it. So this game was in some random ass pack that I got a long time ago, and I don't play it. I've only played, like, I don't know, I'm not even sure if that's like an hour. I don't think it is, but so I have 125 cards drop remaining, and what it says is 39 games left to idle, and one is idle right now. So if you don't want to idle this game, you can either click pause to idle, or you can click the next. Now what that does is kind of go on to another game you have in your library. Now, to idle these games, you don't have to have the games installed. And if you see over here on Steam friends list, it says that I'm playing this game, but I don't even have this game installed. So on this game, I have 124 cards remaining, and well, obviously I don't want to idle this game. So on the game tab, you can click, pause idling, skip current game, block this current game, and I mean that's all fair. But if you have your account linked up to somebody else's account, you can have extra games, and that can be really hectic. So instead of using the application called Idlemaster, what I use is you see as I close that, it'll make it so where it says I'm online. But what you don't see is the notification that I just got that says I have one new item in my inventory. So I'll click that, and it says that I got the military, and that's a card for Civilization V, and I can sell this card. That's 7 cents I just made off of randomly launching the game. So now you'll see in the folder that I provide the Idlemaster application, steam-idle, and then you'll see the Steam Idle application. Now if you run that, as far as I'm aware, that pretty much does nothing. I'm not even sure if that runs on the yeah, that doesn't even run on the task manager here, because it launches and instantly closes. So the reason why the Steam Idle is here is because if you want to run certain games, you can. Now, you see that I have Left 4 Dead 2, Killing Floor 2, Friday the 13th, and then a Dead by Daylight, and then I have one that has all these. Now, if I go ahead and open up, this is a command prompt. Now, if I open this up, I can open it up in a text document, text file, whatever, notepad. So if I open this up, that's the wrong one. Yeah, and let's go ahead and do this. So you'll see that here it says it says start, and it has the path file for the steam-idle.exe. Now the 55 is pretty much the the app ID. Now, since Left 4 Dead is so old, on Steam, it has an app ID of 550. So I'm gonna go ahead and quickly just make that really small. I'm gonna remove this. So if I go to my browser, if I open this up a little bit more, so steam-community.com. The best way to find the app ID for your game is to go to Steam. Now, you don't necessarily have to, be logged into Steam. So if I type in, say, Friday the 13th, Steam will go ahead and bring up Friday the 13th, the game. And you can visit the store page. And another thing with this is when the whole reason for searching, Friday the 13th is to find the app ID. Now, that's totally bullshit. Alright. So whenever you're on Steam, the website, it's better on the website so you can get the Steam app ID. Steam app ID right here shows in the URL after you search the Steam community website for the game you want, and the ID is the number which will show after you search the game. You can quickly copy that and go back to that. So yeah, you'll go back to this folder, and you can right click anything you want. So Friday the 13th, you can go here, you can click whatever you want and open that as like edit. And then right here where it has all these numbers, that's the app ID. Now the one I already have obviously is the Friday the 13th. You can paste it, whatever, you can click save, and when you run that, you'll see over there that says I'm running Friday the 13th. This will launch, and you can just close the CMD prompt. That has nothing. Boom, this little icon will show up. Now if you close this little icon, obviously it's gonna say that you're not running the game anymore. And so obviously if you close this, it'll say you stop running the game. This counts for getting cards, your hours in. You can even get some certain achievements that's hidden, whatever, especially by like the time that you've played. And there you go. It shows that I've stopped playing. That's like mega awesome. And now it's like I've said, I've had this game going for like almost a week now, and yeah. Now the only reason you guys don't see that I'm playing like a certain game half the time is because what I'll do is I'll set this to offline and then run that, this little CMD prompt. Let's do Killing Floor. Boom, playing Killing Floor. If I don't want to play Killing Floor, obviously just close Killing Floor out and it'll right here. But like I said, these are the main games that I have: Dead by Daylight, Friday the 13th, Killing Floor 2, and Left 4 Dead. And then I have one that has all those games. So if I click that, basically all these will launch. And I can just have it, you just minimize it, no problem. And then if I don't want to seem like I'm playing something, set this to offline and nobody will know that you're even playing a game. That's the great part about it. And then if you just want to exit them all, you right click and close all on the display. And then it'll go off. So, yeah, hopefully that clears up some of the stuff. What I would do is if you want to idle certain you generally want to idle certain games, on your Steam, with the what I would do is just run the idle master and just, you know, get it going here. And just, you know, click skip if you want. You know, it goes into certain ones, and the more games you have idle, the more time it takes for a card to drop on that game. So if you're running like 3 or 4 games like I do, it's gonna take a lot longer to drop a card. And so if you want to have, say, this going for some game you don't play and you want to play Dead by Daylight, you can, because as long as you're not playing this game, you know, this game right here, you can play Dead by Daylight. But if you want to play this game, you have to close this window out. So any game that you're idling per se, you have to close the idle master out just to play that game. So before every time, you know, I run Dead by Daylight, I have to have, you know, the Dead by Daylight idle master closed out just so I can play it. So for example, gonna click that out. So Dead by Daylight, for example, I run this one, and this will pop up. Boom, you know, Dead by Daylight. Now if I go down here to Steam and I click Dead by Daylight, I'm trying to get it on my I'm just waiting for it to spawn up to say that I can't play the game. Hello, come on, Steam. It's been really sluggish. Basically, I have this going, and I'm trying to launch Dead by Daylight, and it's just not launching. So basically, I mean, if you want to play a game that's idling, you can't play the game no matter what, unless you close this out. So hopefully that helps. Yeah.